please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video.
Well, the big story that we've been tracking since noon is the press conference of 4 sitting judges in an unprecedented move. 4 sitting judges today, not just releasing an 8-page letter to the media, but also addressing the media, talking about what they see are lapses in the functioning of the highest court of the land. Joining us now is the former Law Minister, Mr. Ashwini Kumar. Mr. Kumar, appreciate you joining us here on CNBC TV18. There are different views coming in on whether these 4 sitting judges ought to have addressed the media and gone public with what they see are the lapses in the functioning of the Supreme Court, sir. Do you believe that this was perhaps the best way to try and resolve what we see as a crisis in the judiciary?
Well, the 4 honorable judges of the Supreme Court, who are amongst the senior-most judges of the court, have clearly stated that their entreaties with the Honorable Chief Justice of India failed, and it was therefore with a very heavy heart and as a matter of last recourse that they are bringing the matter in the public domain. One of the judges has also gone to the extent of saying that they did not want to be accused of selling their soul. Unless they had kept quiet right now, they would have been accused by later generations of having sold their soul. And I think it is a sad day when 4 judges of the Supreme Court who have had to resort to the medium of a press conference to tell the nation that all is not well in the highest court and in the highest judiciary. It's a matter of grave concern, and they have even gone to the extent of saying that the future of democracy itself is in doubt if we were not to bring these issues out in the public domain. And I think the anguish that is implicit in their action says it all. I think one should be fair to these 4 judges in as much as they seem to be actuated by matters of larger national interest in doing what they have done.
Let me quote to you from the letter, sir, and ask you to comment on what the judges say. There have been instances where cases having far-reaching consequences for the nation had been assigned by the Chief Justice selectively to the benches of their preference without any rational basis for such assignment. This must be guarded against at all costs. The inference there seems to be perhaps interference, maybe even from the executive. Is that what you would infer from that comment?
Well, I don't think I'm going to make a comment on that. I am not privy to the reasons for actions that have been taken, and nor would I like to comment on them. But I do know that the Chief Justice of India is the master of the roster. There is no doubt about this. But since 4 judges who are a part of the judicial administration system of the court have thought it fit to bring into public domain the fact that certain assignments according to them were not right or raised misgivings, and that their misgivings were communicated to the Chief Justice of India, and that those misgivings still remain unresolved, is something that speaks for itself. And therefore, the need of the hour today is first to accept that the institutional integrity and the prestige of the Supreme Court as the custodian of India's constitution has taken a beating. The second thing is for us to accept that something needs to be done to restore the prestige of the Supreme Court.
What
because
could be that
120
something,
crore
sir?
people of this country have an abiding faith in the people.
So what could be that something?
Is for the Supreme Court itself to decide. I think this is best. That is for the Supreme Court judges and the Chief Justice to decide. I do not know, and I would not venture to make a suggestion. Everybody acts according to their own discretion, and I think the top judges of the top court are expected to do what is right, what is expected of them. And I think the least that the people of India expect of the Supreme Court is to, by conduct, show and demonstrate that they remain committed to the highest standards of moral and constitutional rectitude and probity.
What is the role, if any, at all, that you see of the government in trying to break this impasse? There have been some comments that have come in suggesting that perhaps the government should also intervene. We know that the Prime Minister has taken stock of this situation. As former Law Minister, Mr. Kumar, what is the role that you see, if any, at all, of the government in this current impasse?
Well, a democratically elected government will be naturally interested in securing the independence of judiciary and to have the prestige of the highest court restored. And I think the concerned people in the government should be working with the Supreme Court to find how best the institutional integrity of the judicial system can be restored. That is all I can say for the moment. What the government and its representatives will do is for them to decide. But I think all right-minded citizens, all right-minded people in this country would like the institutional integrity of the court to be restored at the earliest, if constitutional democracy in this country has to have any meaning.
Let me end by then asking you, sir, because, you know, this is something that you've been talking about and writing about, where you believe that the constitutional equilibrium of power stands disturbed in light of what we've seen happen today. Where does it leave us? I mean, what do citizens take away from what they have seen and heard today?
Well, I really cannot be expected to spell out right now what is required to be done, but it is quite clear that there is an aberration in the constitutional balance of power. I think we need now to fix the constitutional scheme according to the original intent of the framers of the Constitution. And in the process, the moral integrity of the judges will play a huge role in ensuring that the constitutional balance is restored.